Guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and thanks for joining me for today's video. Sort of like one of those videos I don't like doing, but I've got to do the video. I'm not going to let this lie. And we're going to be talking about Todd Castledine today and how I've lost respect for him. You guys know, if you watch my channel, you know that I do not make a habit of talking about calling people out by name on my channel. It's like I do that out of professional respect. You know, if there's issues or something like that, you can talk about the issue without drawing somebody into it. I'm going to make an exception for Todd Castledine in this video here, given the fact that the video that he put out, that I guess it was yesterday on his YouTube channel, insinuating the fact that I've just been a cheater my entire tournament career after what happened at Lake of the Ozarks this past weekend. If you didn't see the video, just let me do a real quick recap. I qualified for the finals in the Toy Series tournament at Lake of the Ozarks last week, and after you qualify after the second day, you know, they cut the field down to the top 25, and I was in the first flight, and I had a blowout on my trailer tire, so I went into Osage Beach to get it fixed. When I came back, I was a couple minutes late to the meeting. And the tournament director announced right off the bat that as of now, as of the start of the meeting, you can't talk about fishing with anybody that's not in the top 25. And I missed that part of it. This has been a rule that has been with FLW forever. I just completely forgot about the rule because that was the first cut I had ever made on the Toyota Series. And also that was the first cut I'd made at MLF since 2015. I hadn't made a cut since 10 years. I was aware of that rule before. I simply forgot about it. It was an error on my part when the tournament director came down and talked to me about it and asked me if I talked to another pro friend of mine that was in the tournament. That's who I talked to. We've been talking all week, every day of practice, every night. And he asked me if I talked to him last night. And I said, yeah, I talked to him. And he said, well, Randy, you know, you can't talk to anybody after the meeting. And I go, shit, Mark, I completely forgot about that. No big deal. Mark said I could go ahead and weigh my fish in. He said he believed me. No big deal. Okay. So anyway, fast forward, some of the trolls on the internet, like Todd Castledine, get on there and basically say that I knew the rule, I knew better, I knew what the rule was, I did it anyway, and insinuated the fact that I do this all the time. Let me play you the clip here real quick, what Todd said, and I'll come back here, so we'll check it out real quick.
I've been told this every single time. No more information. After this meeting, no more information. You cannot talk to anyone unless they are in the event. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, but he said he didn't know that rule. He's fished MLF longer than I have. That was an FLW rule. He fished FLW a long time. So, the only thing that makes me nervous about that is that when there's a rule in place that if someone says, hey, they didn't know that rule, but it's a rule that's been there forever, you just kind of wonder, like, how many times does that go on without anyone, like, does he do that all the time?
Okay, guys, I want to clarify some things on this, and I also want to comment on Todd Castledine, the second part of this video here. First of all, guys, I've never said a bad word about Todd Castledine. In fact, several different times when I do my top 5 YouTube channels, I put him on there. Todd Castledine is an undisputed hammer. He's probably the most underrated bass fisherman in the country. He's one of those dudes, if he fished the top level circuits, he'd be a superstar. One of the things I've always liked about him is, like, he talks about the financial struggles and being away from home, which I understand completely. Never had a problem with the guy until now. So anyway, let me clarify exactly what happened on this. This angler that I spoke to after the top 25 meeting was a pro in the tournament. He's also a 20-year police veteran that's in the tournament. And we had been working together for a month before. We talked every night of practice. We talked every night of the tournament. We bounced ideas off. I knew where he was fishing. He knew where I was fishing. And we even talked before the meeting, the top 25 meeting. We talked on the water before that. And in the whole thing about making this is the first cut that I've made since 2015 with MLF. I've never made a Toyota Series cut before. I'm super excited. He's happy for me. I'm happy. My wife, Kim, and my son, Elijah's coming down to watch me weigh in. Everything's happy. And I just freaking forgot. I just absolutely forgot that that was a rule. You know, I didn't hear it, you know, because the tire blowout, I missed that part of the meeting. And even though it was in the rules, I just completely spaced it off and forgot about it. Todd makes it sound like I knew the rule and like I went ahead and broke the rule and like maybe this is something I do all the time. Todd, you know better than that. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know, I have never, ever been accused of cheating in 35 years of tournament fishing. And the problem with something like this and why I'm doing this video is that you can talk and you can be critical about people on YouTube, especially that have a big following like I do. But when you basically accuse them of being a cheater and question their integrity, that crosses a line that is just unacceptable in this situation. It's weak, it's pathetic, and irresponsible. Here's the thing about it. When he did that video, guys, I commented on his video and basically told him the situation with that. And I told him to shoot me a private message and I will hook him up with my police officer buddy that was a pro in the tournament and he can explain the entire situation. And if Todd wanted to call my police officer buddy a liar, that he knew the rule too, then he could do that. But no, he didn't contact me. He didn't contact the police officer. He just put it out there like a little whiner, you know, for whatever reason. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to call that out. It's like, you know, I don't, like I said, make the habit of calling people out, but I'm not going to put up with somebody, you know, insinuating that I'm some tournament cheater. That's just completely unacceptable. So appreciate everybody that was a support this week, guys. Everybody out there that had my back on this deal and stood up for me on this thing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And really, you know, means a lot to me and my family. So hope you guys are well. We'll talk later.